Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and you might have heard of a little company called Channel Fireball. They run all of the official, pro level tournaments, or whatever you want to call it, for Magic the Gathering. Well, despite upping ticket prices, pissing off vendors, having tons of issues with judges, just countless issues, and telling pros even what day to show up and when to check in their deck is beyond their capabilities, apparently. At this point, they might as well just let a chimpanzee run the tournaments because they'd probably do better. Hell, they could go get Meg Whitman. She'd do a better job. That's a joke everybody will get. She's basically a wrecking ball that goes from tech company to tech company and just wrecks it and then leaves. Anyway, while Channel Fireball runs the official tournaments, there is a other company who's actually worse called Star City Games. And yes, I'm saying somebody's worse than Channel Fireball while Team Channel Fireball at a Channel Fireball event live on live stream allegedly got caught cheating and they just brushed it under the rug. Wow. But I've heard from at least 3 people independently who have been to Star City Games events saying that the judges are clearly out to get straight white males. You call over a judge to ask a question and the answer is based on your skin color, gender, and orientation. So yes, apparently you can run a tournament even worse than Channel Fireball, and Star City Games is there to fill that title, or I don't know, I lost it. And I've heard cheating is about 10 times worse at Star City Games events because I guess there's less consequences, or the DCI doesn't investigate them as much, or I don't know. I don't know what all goes on. It's all pro crap and it's all rumors. But they're both terrible and don't participate in pro level Magic in any way, or competitive Magic. It's all bullshit. That's the moral of the story. Who's actually worse between them? Very debatable, but that is relevant to this conversation because on October 30th, absolute massive legend Cedric Phillips, and I'm not being sarcastic there, released an article, I guess, that he wrote or whatever, on SCG's official website saying SCG Con Winter Season 2 Invitational updates. And invitationals are what they call their, Grand Prix or whatever, if I were to be equivalent, which I think even Channel Fireball doesn't call them Grand Prix anymore, but they kind of do, because just in the same way that nobody calls them bundles, they call them fat packs. Oh my god, it's a Magic Fest now. No, it's a GP. Shut up. But anyway, for Season 2, which I think is just quarter 2 of the year. But anyway, for whatever time period they consider to be Season 2, they wanted to announce that they're doing things a little bit differently. So there's 2 full giant paragraphs of them just patting themselves on the back about how great they and their tournaments are, which is comically false. Almost downright misleading in my opinion. But after that complete waste of everyone's time, they say, with that in mind, which I don't even know what they're referencing, and after deliberation with the entire SCG Tour team, we have decided to make an emergency change, which is funny because Wizards refuses to do an emergency anything, to the formatting of the Season 2 Invitational at SCG Con Winter. So they do an open, then an invitational, I guess, or multiple or something. I don't know. So this doesn't affect a whole lot of tournaments. I believe it's literally just one, but whatever. So they say instead of being a tournament with a standard and modern split culminating in a modern top 8 on Sunday, I don't know how that works. Did they just drop the standard people? The Season 2 Invitational will now be a tournament with a Pioneer and Modern split, culminating in a Pioneer top 8 on Sunday. Wow. So there are a few reasons we're making such a dramatic, dynamic change. So let's dive into those. I mean, you don't need to dive in that much. Standard is an unplayable shit pile. There you go. Did I explain it properly? Nobody wants to watch it. Nobody wants to play it. And at a basic level, it's not even what I would call fair competition. It's practically luck at this point which Oko mirror match wins. I should say which participant in the Oko mirror match. Pretty much, in my opinion, just whoever goes first has a 75% chance of winning in my best estimate, which is bullshit. To hand out prize money to that whole scenario is disgraceful. To even call the state of Standard right now a competition would be a little generous, let alone to imply that any sort of skill is involved. It's not who can come up with the best deck, it's who can, by random chance and top decking, win with Oko 2 out of 3 times. What a waste of everybody's time and prize money. So that's my take on it. So that's why I put the kind of hilarious title. It wasn't a clickbait. It's a joke. I mean, who reads that and really? They did that? They banned all 1,419 cards from Standard? No, they banned Standard from their tournament. It's a joke, people. Get over it. My gosh. Everybody at this point has heard what they did, okay? This is not news. This is me making a video finally talking about it after 3 days. Calm your tits already or Oko will turn them into elks, okay? So the very next section where they say, let's dive into the reasons that they did this is Oko appears to be Broko. Cedric, I swear to God, I'm going to hug you if I ever see you. They need to get Cedric like announcing football. Seriously. So he says, if you've been paying attention to the Throne of Eldraine standard, which, yeah, hard to avoid it, you know that Oko Thief of Crowns is having an impact on the format unlike almost anything we've seen in Magic before. Really, did you play during Amonkhet where you had 2 deck choices? Well, I guess now you have 1 deck choice, so good point, I guess. Simply put, Oko is a card that has warped the Throne of Eldraine standard. I hate it when people use that terminology. Current standard is what I would call it. It's not Throne of Eldraine standard. Very few cards in Throne of Eldraine are actually being played, to be honest. Anyway, this current standard around itself, and that is undeniable. So much, in fact, that main decking, or as people call it, mainboarding, cards that are typically seen as sideboard cards, Noxious Grasp, Aether Gust, and Veil of Summer, is becoming commonplace. And those are cards that literally just kill Oko. So when making the decision to eliminate Standard from the Season 2 Invitational, not only did we take basically the health of current Standard into account, but we also weighed heavily the thoughts and feedback of fans of the SGG Tour, which have been clearly suffering through MTGO gameplay, arena gameplay, and the qualifiers, and probably the Mythic Championship attempts, and watching the last Mythic Championship. So yes, I think at this point people have a pretty good take on what's going on. So we take our role in hosting tournaments very seriously, and part of that role is to ensure that those who attend our tournaments have a pleasurable experience playing the game of Magic, and those watching from home have a pleasurable viewing experience watching the game of Magic to the best of our ability. And let me say, their coverage is better, and they actually give a crap about, the viewers a lot more than Channel Fireball and Wizards of the Coast does. That has been a noticeable ongoing theme that a lot of people can agree on. Just like their judges allegedly being activist, racist, sexist assholes. It's something that has just become a part of who they are, and a lot of people agree that that's what's going on. Unfortunately, Oko's dominance in Throne of Eldraine Standard, stop saying that! Current Standard has led many to not only find the format unfun to play, but our attendance numbers have shown that more and more people are actually electing to not participate in Throne of Eldraine Standard tournaments we're holding at events altogether. Now see, that's important. If you're not selling tickets, that's not good. I mean, people can whine and complain all they want, but until it actually affects your money, your income, your ticket sales, whatever. But as soon as it's no, this is our bottom line, we need to turn a profit. That's when it's we're forced to do something. I assume that's what he means by this. Further, on Monday, October 28th, and this is where it gets vicious, Wizards of the Coast made it clear that no changes will be taking place in Standard until November 18th, the day after Season 2 Invitational's completion. And they are stating that absolutely correctly. That is clearly why it's specifically November 18th. They don't want to screw with Mythic Championship 6, and then he said their Season 2 Invitational Star City Games event is before that, which is a problem because we all know damn well Oko Plus is getting banned. Hopefully they take Cavalcade and, Teferi, that free casting Red Hammer bullshit, Torbran, is Nexus even still legal? Ban that too. I don't even remember at this point. I play on Arena. Basically all of Simic Flash, get rid of that shit. Teferi's time wipe thing, fuck that card. Okay, wishful thinking at this point, but yeah, they're going to make some fixes after November 18th. That's pretty damn clear. But like they said, their tournament, Season 2 Invitational, is before that, which is a big problem. So their solution was, well, if we want to actually sell tickets, screw it, we're not running Standard, which is an unbelievable change. I mean, I don't follow their tournaments or anything that much, but I don't think they've ever done this. They've always held Standard. I mean, usually it's Standard and something else, but it's always been Standard. So what I don't agree with, and this is why a lot of people are throwing shade their way, is that they have officially replaced Standard with Frontier 2.0. Oh, sorry, I did it again. Must be a subconscious thing. I thought the last video would be way funnier if I edited out my explanation of the first time where I actually accidentally said it and then caught it. Apparently people just think I'm an idiot now. So that joke went well. It's right up there where I thought it would be really, really funny to just straight face pronounced Signet as Cynet the entire video, and then I purposely said, most people don't know this, but it's actually pronounced Cynet. And apparently everybody thought I was serious and didn't realize I was joking. Anyway, so yeah, they're actually dropping standard and changing it completely to Frontier 2.0. Oh, sorry, I mean Pioneer. If you look it up, they are literally the exact same thing, but with a different starting date, and it ain't by much. Thus the joke. So they close with, in situations like this, when we can make a change that we believe will impact our fans' experience with the SCG Tour in a positive way, we do our best to make it. Fire all your SJW activist judges, how about that? Anyway, and we believe that this, with this confluence of factors at hand, changing the standard portion of the Season 2 Invitational to Pioneer will do exactly that. They accidentally called it Pioneer instead of Frontier 2.0. Wow, that was so dumb of them and careless. Hopefully they catch it in editing. Okay, have you guys seen the movie The Purge? Okay, where it's just absolute no law, crazy ass anarchy, everybody just doing whatever the hell they want with whatever they want. That's going to be Pioneer for a couple months. And they're taking it with theoretically an insufficiently stabilizing number of bands by then, I'm assuming. They're taking that state of it and throwing it into an official tournament. That's almost worse than just watching Oko versus Oko. So this is going to be such absolute chaos that it actually might flip the other way and actually be entertaining to watch, but it'll be like, wow, look at that blowout match, which doesn't really feel good if you're also giving away money. But then again, may the best man and the best deck win. I mean, if one person is like, now this is some broken crap, and then somebody else brings something that's like, oh, hold my beer. Have you seen this degenerate combo? And then somebody just shoves them aside and they're like, have you seen this absolute slap in the face to Magic the Gathering, this disgrace of a deck from 2014 that I have now upgraded? Have you seen this shit? I mean, I guess if you picked the right deck, there won't be many mirror matches, but I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of turn 3 wins, which is ironic because you feel like you'd see that deck in Modern, but Modern has more answers to everything at lower mana. Think about that. So if it's going to be some super degenerate all-in combo, and I'm not kidding, Mr. Nibbles or Candy Cane, both of those decks with upgrades going back to 2013 can stomp somebody in the nuts on turn 3. I am not joking. I killed somebody on turn 3 in Arena, in Standard. You give me better boost from the last couple years, you better watch your ass. So if somebody's running some control prison shutdown mill hellhole with 100 cards and graveyard recycling, and they just beat their first 4 opponents, and then they lose in 45 seconds to somebody just mowing them over for 20 damage on turn 3, would that be holy shit, this format is a joke? I can't believe they're actually giving out prize money for this disgrace? Or would that be whoa, this is some crazy shit. Somebody actually beat that deck. Good. It deserved it and had it coming. And then it's, there'll be maybe 30 different decks in the top 32. I mean, is it going to be so broken it's broken and people will respond poorly? Or is it going to be so broken that it's entertaining? I mean, if some guy, and I'm not kidding, this actually just happened, breaks into a zoo and lets half the animals free, I mean, it's going to be a disaster, but, might get some good YouTube footage out of it, just saying. Wow, that's going to go poorly, but I'm not going to look away. By the way, just Google the news story about the mentally unstable man who was hearing voices, and they told him to free all the animals at the zoo, so he did. And how many police they had to call in and shit, that's one of the legendary tier news stories. So if we can go the same way with this tournament just by implementing Pioneer, pardon me, I mean Frontier Nouveau, maybe they're onto something, but it's one of those jokes that you can only pull once. But as far as I know, they're only pulling it once, and then Oko will be banned and they'll probably go back to Standard. So maybe they're just doing this for attention and to just be let's go to Crazy Town and see what happens. So if that's what they were going for, and this is worth watching and well received by the people, okay, then good for them for having the balls to do this and to stick it to Wizards of the Coast. What do I think they should have done, considering that these are not, as far as I know, DCI sanctioned events? These are private events. And keep that statement in mind, because Channel Fireball could absolutely by rule not do this, as far as I know. But Star City Games can do whatever the hell they want. The much, much simpler solution would be to say, hey, we don't give a shit what those idiots at Wizards do. Oko is banned from our tournament. Ta-da! Think about it. Think about that. Did they not come up with that? Was that not an option? Instead of let's run some broken, untested horse shit that nobody wants to play that's going to be a fucking disaster in all likelihood. Instead of that unproven, untested shithole of a format that's just all the broken crap from the last, 7 years or whatever, 6 years, I don't know, that's virtually guaranteed to be just bad, why don't we just say, we're banning Oko, don't run Oko at our tournament. It's not allowed. Private event, private policy, we're running it ourselves, screw the DCI system, screw the ban list, and screw Wizards. As far as I know, there is literally nothing stopping them from doing that because it's not a DCI sanctioned event. Now, could they legally call it standard with a capital S? Probably not. They'd have to come up with a new name. I think that proper noun and that reference would be misleading, and Wizards could take issue with that, maybe even legally. But, that's just an opportunity to come up with SCG standard, or what I would just call it, improved standard, super standard, fixed standard. As long as you capitalize the F, you've got a new proper noun, and it's not standard. Unbroken standard. They could really throw Wizards under the bus and throw some shade at them with whatever they would name it. So that's actually a benefit in my opinion. And then, what are you going to tune into? Mythic Championship 6, where it's Oko versus Oko, and just, what the hell, what is even the point? Or are you going to watch the Star City Games tournament, where Oko's already banned, and we could all move on with our lives? It would be like a look into the future. Everybody would watch it just to see what people are playing other than Oko, because we know, a week later, it's going to be banned. It would get so many more viewers. So that's, in my opinion, what they should have done. I don't know if, people at SCG are still all buddy-buddy with Wizards and they, ran it by them. They said, no, don't do this. Don't you dare. They could. There's, as far as I know, nothing legally stopping them from doing that. They could run a tournament where they say, oh, we're running a new format and you can only play cards with females in the artwork. As long as they don't call it standard, because it isn't, that would be misrepresenting it. They are allowed to run sanctioned and unsanctioned events because they're not the official thing. I actually hope that they reconsider, because I kind of don't want to watch a Pioneer event. Oh, pardon me. Frontier Redux. Wait, is it actually pronounced Redux in French? Everything's silent in French, but I feel like it would be EAU. Get your shit together, France. I'm sick of your language. Just put down the bottle of wine, sober up, and fix it. My gosh. So I am very curious. In fact, I'm so curious, right on screen right now, I'm putting up a poll. I think this might not work for mobile, I don't remember, but at least for desktop users, I do believe right now, in this timestamp of the video, there's a little white eye that just appeared in the top right, the letter I or something like that. You click on that, it'll do a little drop-down overlay, won't affect the video or send you to a different website or nothing, and it'll just let you vote in the poll. Would you prefer that Star City Games runs Pioneer, like they said, or run standard with Oko not allowed? Which would you rather see? And I know the answer is, who cares? All the pros are cheating. I hate Star City Games and, screw competitive Magic. Obviously that would be C, but I'm not going to put it up there because it would win. I'm not saying you got to watch it. Just what do you think would be the wiser decision for them to do? I think that's a better way to phrase it. If you were in their shoes, which do you think would be a better choice for the viewers? That's the best way to put it. So as soon as you vote, you can see the results, and should be very interesting. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next video.